Welcome to Ancient History Uncoded, where myths hide secrets and the past is never silent. This is where the deep lore really shines. On the surface, you have two ancient kings, two white-bearded patriarchs sitting on high thrones. But dig into the texts, and you find a brutal disparity. One of them is a conqueror who broke the universe to reshape it in his image. The other is a desperate survivalist, hoarding wisdom because he knows he's already doomed. We, as inquisitive primates, have a need to know. If you put them in a fang and claw rock fight to the bitter end, who walks away? Both all-fathers and heads of their pantheons, Zeus and Odin, are divine kings. Odin's high seat resides in Asgard, the dwelling place of the Aesir gods. Zeus' high seat resides on Mt, Olympus, the dwelling of the Olympians. Visually, they are nearly identical archetypes. They're each depicted as older men with long white hair and long white beards. Odin is often portrayed wielding his spear, Gungnir, in his right hand. Zeus is portrayed with a crackling bolt of lightning in his. Zeus is strongly associated with the eagle, a symbol of dominance. Odin is strongly associated with the raven, specifically Hugin and Munin, his eyes and ears across the realms. But unlike the gods of monotheistic religions, neither Zeus nor Odin is omnipotent, omniscient, or omnipresent. They can bleed, they can fail, and most importantly, they can die. These two gods are linked by many parallels, but this head-to-head is perhaps more interesting for the reasons they differ than for the reasons they re-similar. To find the winner, we have to look at their records. Zeus is largely defined by the wake of destroyed enemies he's left in his path. In Hesiod's Theogony, Zeus wins through sheer power. He didn't just inherit the throne, he took it. He led the Olympians in a successful war against the Titans, freeing the Cyclopes and Hecatoncheires from Tartarus to secure the ultimate weapon, the thunderbolt. He personally overthrew Cronus, establishing a new cosmic order. But his greatest test wasn't the Titans. It was Typhon, the king of monsters. And this is where the narrative shifts. In some versions, Zeus blasts him instantly. But in Apollodorus, brute force failed. Typhon actually overpowered Zeus initially, cutting the sinews from his hands and feet, and imprisoning him in the Carycian cave. They knew they couldn't fight Typhon directly in that moment. If Zeus couldn't beat him, the rest of the pantheon certainly couldn't. It required cunning, stealth, and theft to save the universe. Enter Hermes, the trickster god, and Aegipan. They had to pull off a heist. They stole back Zeus's sinews and restored him. Once restored, Zeus didn't hesitate. He counterattacked with thunderbolts and an adamantine weapon, casting Typhon into Tartarus. Later, he successfully led the Olympians against the giant uprising. The takeaway is clear. Zeus boasts an unblemished record when it comes to matters of battle and war. He has faced extinction-level threats, and whether through raw power or a bit of thievery magic, he has always emerged the victor. The same, however, cannot be said about Odin. His record is explicitly mixed. In the mythic past, when the Aesir gods and the Vanir gods were at war, Odin was not able to lead the Aesir to victory. The Voluspa and later prose summaries describe a conflict that ground to a halt. The two tribes of gods fought to a draw. The fires of war were quenched not by a decisive blow from Gungnir, but by a hostage exchange. Members of each tribe went to live with the other. The Vanir sent Njár Freyr, and Freya to the Aesir. The Aesir sent Hanir and Mimir to the Vanir, and even this went wrong. Mimir was later beheaded, and Odin was left with nothing but his head to consult for wisdom. This sets the tone for Odin's entire existence. He is not a conqueror. He is a manager of decline. He sacrifices his eye for wisdom. He hangs himself from Yggdrasil for runes, all to prepare for a war he knows he cannot win. The second time Odin's battle prowess is called into question is in the mythic future, during the events of Ragnarok. This is a definitive difference. Zeus has no prophesied end. Odin lives in the shadow of his own death. In this apocalyptic battle, Odin rides to fight Fenrir, the monstrous wolf and one of Loki's offspring. He does not slay the beast. He does not pull off a last-minute heist to save himself. He is devoured. It is his son, Viwar, who must avenge him. Odin's personal combat arc ends in defeat. So who wins the rock fight? If we look at the data, it's not even close. Zeus is a war engine. He possesses a weapon of mass destruction that can shake the foundations of the earth, and he has the durability to survive having his own tendons cut out of his body. Odin is a god of war, yes, but he is also a god of poetry, magic, and death. His primary attribute is wisdom, not raw destruction. In a prep time scenario, perhaps Odin could outmaneuver the Olympian. He is the master of binding magic and trickery, but in a straight tooth and nail confrontation, Zeus defeated the Typhon, a monster that terrified every other god into fleeing to Egypt. Odin falls to a wolf that, while terrifying, is mortal enough to be killed by a boot and a sword. Zeus is defined by his ability to overcome the impossible. He overthrew his father, he defeated the Titans, he crushed the giants. He represents the establishment of order through overwhelming force. Odin represents the desperate attempt to hold back chaos through knowledge and sacrifice. But knowledge doesn't stop a thunderbolt. In the end, the All-Father of the North is a tragic figure, defined by his mortality and his limitations. The All-Father of the South is a tyrant of the sky, defined by his absolute authority. If they met on the field of battle, the Raven God would likely foresee his own death moments before the king of Olympus delivered it. Perhaps a bit of thievery magic wouldn't be enough to save him this time. Subscribe to Ancient History Uncoded and uncover the secrets of the past.